In our family took turns from father to son several Michele and Luigi. Today we are the fifth generation. My grandfather Michele Moio was an historical producer in Campania, and he relaunched the Falerno, the famous wine among the ancient Romans. My father Luigi breathed the wine since he was a child, and he pursued a career in this world, studying viticulture and enology and finally becoming a professor of the University of Naples. His great passion for the scientific research led him in France, in Burgundy, the cradle of Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, where for 4 years he conducted researches on the wine's aroma. There, he discovered a world in a perfect harmony with his ideas, and when he came back in Italy, in his beloved Campania, the desire to realize that what he saw in France was really irrepressible. He wanted to create his vineyards and his winery in order to express in complete freedom his creativity, his ideas, and his great love for wine. In 2001, Quintodecimo was born. Together with his wife Laura, whose love and support have been fundamental, he shared this great dream, and so they gave rise to a real project of life. Quintodecimo is an act of love towards Irpinia, a wonderful land where wines are characterized by an extraordinary identity, both varietal and territorial, but also towards Campania, a region which disposes of a wonderful collection of historical vines. Italy, as we all know, is a unique example of diversity in the world of wine, because of the elevated quantity of autochthonous vines, and Campania is the region which owns the biggest quantity of them. The most important grape varieties in our region are cultivated in Irpinia: Aglianico, Fiano, Greco, and in the last years Falanghina. Aglianico is the great red vine, the one that more than all is related to the millennial history of the viticulture in Campania, and in a particular way in Irpinia. In fact, since it suffers for the elevated temperatures in summer and the prolonged drought, this extraordinary vine finds out in the fresh and windy hills of Irpinia, characterized by a cold weather and a mountainous conformation, the optimal conditions to best express its potential. Aglianico is the only vine utilized in the 3 red wines produced at Quintodecimo, all from owned vineyards: Vigna Quintodecimo Taurasi di OCG, Vigna Grande Cersitu Taurasi di OCG, and Terra di Glano Irpinia DOC. Aglianico's vineyards are all situated here in Quintodecimo, in the originary core of the estate in the village of Mirabelle Clano, but Irpinia, in addition to Taurasi, disposes of other 2 DOCG, Fiano di Avellino and Greco di Tufo. These last, both white wines, allowed to the winery to extend itself in other 2 cores, one in the common of Lapio, election area for the production of Fiano, and another in the common of Tufo, election area for the production of Greco. Then, also some vineyards of Falanghina have been planted, the other great white grape of Campania, both in the historical area of Quintodecimo and at Tufo in the Giallo d'Arles estate. Today, the 30 hectares of the winery, all managed with a biological agriculture, are divided in 3 main cores: the Quintodecimo estate Mirabelle Clano, the Exultet estate Lapio, and the Giallo d'Arles estate Tufo. As well as the 3 red wines, also 3 white wines are produced: Exultet Fiano di Avellino di OCG, Giallo d'Arles Greco di Tufo di OCG, and Via del Campo Falanghina DOC Irpinia. Vigna Quintodecimo 2007 is the wine awarded by Operawine. It is made from a core of 2 hectares of Aglianico planted in 2001 on the northwest side of the estate, and the first vintage of this wine was the 2004. The soil of this vineyard is made of expandable clay very rich in limestone. This kind of soil expels quickly the excess water in the surface, maintaining for the plant a good water reserve for the spring and summer periods. Vigna Quintodecimo stains in oak French new barrels from 12 to 18 months for the great years. Then it stays other 30 or 36 months in the bottle before to exit from the winery. Basically, it is put on the market after 4 years from the harvest. Vigna Quintodecimo is a subtle balance of small fruits, spices and floral notes, completed by tannins well expressed in a deep and refined style. It is a wine of extraordinary richness and elegance, which reaches the highest point of quality between 8 and 10 years, keeping for many years again all its complexity and finesse.